We aren't just dreamers.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't.
From Lincoln Park, Chicago, Big East men's soccer rolls on. The final stretch of the regular season kicking off today between the DePaul Blue Demons and the Providence Friars. Glad to have you with us from Wishfield. Big East soccer coming down to the wire. Recently ranked number 2 in the RPI, only behind the ACC Conference. DePaul looking for its first conference win of the season, but only one win away from tying their total from a year ago. And then the Providence Friars perhaps having their best season since 2016 in a three-way tie for third right now, but a massive 3 points on the line between these two sides this afternoon. DePaul in the all-white home uniforms, Providence in the gray and black stripes. And a great crowd on hand this afternoon from Chicago as we get things kicked off on Alumni Day from DePaul. Providence comes in having won back-to-back games after dropping 2 straight Big East contests to Georgetown and Butler. Got a big one against UConn and then followed that up with a win over Marquette. And head coach Craig Stewart said, you know, in any season, there will be ups and downs, but he feels like they are trending upward right now. And the biggest thing, they are injury-free. Couldn't quite say that for his side over the last couple of seasons. DePaul, on the other hand, has performed well in spite of injury and have had to reinvent themselves, according to second-year head coach Mark Plotkin. And we see early pressure up top from Providence. Trevor Davick turning it back to Max de Brognier. Providence, one of the better goal-scoring teams in the conference. A +10 goal differential. And they've gotten some help from some new faces, including their UMass transfer, Davis Smith, who we will see throughout the course of the match today, but he's 6'7", hard to miss up top. Sort of has added another dynamic to their attack. Roman plays it back. Then directly ahead, a beautiful ball into Danny Griffin. And an early whistle. Griffin, the senior from Wethersfield, Connecticut, making his 70th career start this afternoon. One thing you can say for Providence, they are a well-experienced side. Definitely more so than the DePaul Blue Demons, who are in year 2 under a new regime. With Mark Plotkin at the helm, his second season back at his alma mater. Throw-in coming for Providence. Trevor Davick, the redshirt senior from Medway, Massachusetts. Mark Plotkin said that early on, especially for his DePaul side, it would be imperative to not concede an early goal and to be uber disciplined defensively. Providence with many capable goal scorers. First look at Drew Nelly tonight. Second year after transferring from Indiana University. Roman chasing it down. And it's out for a DePaul throw. spite of their 0-1-3 record in the conference, DePaul is certainly a very capable side this afternoon, and you can't let that record fool you if you are Providence. And Craig Stewart did say that in the pre-match phone call this morning, talking about their ability to score quickly if given an opportunity. And at times this year, Providence has found themselves on the wrong end of missed opportunities. The Butler match comes to mind for Craig Stewart. Butler taking advantage, especially in the second half, winning that one 3-1. DePaul without David Gripman and Isaac Friend for the season, and that has caused them to sort of morph their shape and move personnel around on the pitch. Good ball coming across from Futerer. Nobody home on the back end. And our first look this afternoon at Austin Avisa, the redshirt senior in net for Providence. One more look at it. Futerer. Lovely ball on the back post. And Jacob Cito, some miscommunication. Thought perhaps somebody else was coming with an overlapping run on the outside. And now Providence building. Danny Griffin out wide.
I heard the rumor was that they beat
entering the match today at 8-4 overall, 2-2 in conference play. Off that win against Marquette, currently in a three-way tie with Creighton, perhaps a few others, depending on how the results shake out today. Tons of action around the league. In fact, all 10 teams in action in Big East men's soccer this afternoon. Butler getting a massive result earlier on today, 4-0 win at Seton Hall. Continue to pick up speed after a bit of a slow start to begin the season. Flipped up into the midfield by Jacob Cito. Rolled all the way back to Drew Nelly. Rather, Austin Avisa. Today, Seton Hall was actually part of that three-way tie for third with Providence and Creighton. But come away with no points against the Bulldogs this afternoon. And so, at least for Providence in this match today, big opportunity to move up and create some separation as we enter the final stretch, the final 2 or 3 weeks in the regular season, which concludes on November 6th before the Big East tournament kicks off. For DePaul, they are struggling to stay in that playoff line, so to speak. Have not been to the Big East tournament since 2016. But improvement nonetheless this year. Long throw into the area, headed away by Max DeBrognier. Minutes down from Wish Field in the first half between DePaul and Providence. DePaul second-year manager Mark Plotkin said one thing we can take advantage of is Providence and their aggressive throwing of numbers forward. We've seen that time and again on restarts already in these opening 10 minutes. Starts with being organized defensively and then having wings up the flank to take advantage. Providence, though, doing their best to maintain possession. Rolled into the midfield for Danny Griffin. A run from Smith. Mendonça and now Cito. Anderson turning it back and a turnover. And now Davis.
Be better, Michael, let's go!
Calipari. Brownian. Trying to thread it through. Providence is sunk back defensively. Feuderer all across and handled at least momentarily by Paulo Lima. Stays with DePaul in the offensive third. Here's a run from Mendonça. And a beautiful tackle. Max DeBrognier has been all over the place in these opening 15 minutes. To be expected, though, from the 6'5" senior from the Netherlands. Emerged as a real captain and a catalyst in the transition from the old program into the new regime, mentality, the new culture here in Chicago. DePaul tested early, playing pressure well in possession, especially on the back line, as DeBrowne brings it forward. Now Lima. Serrano. 6'7" Davis Smith. Mass transfer. Certainly figures to be the center of attention today. Gives this Providence team different options in terms of how they want to formulate their attack. He can slip up as the target forward with his back to goal, or he can come wide and allow the likes of Thiago Mendonça, Danny Griffin, Andy Chisholm when he's in off the bench to come forward. Calipari. He's looking for Watkins. Davik, Griffin, Davis Smith, edge of the box. Looking for him now. Blocked out, and a goal kick coming for DePaul. But the attack is coming in waves early and often from Providence. Putting 15 minutes down now from DePaul. Glad to have you on this Saturday afternoon for the other college football. Big upset in the state of Illinois. On the American football side, that is. With the Illini taking down the 6th ranked and previously undefeated Wisconsin Badgers. Dunsa trying to thread it through. Couldn't find Davik. Cito. Don't have to be a lip reader to see that he did not appreciate the call. Nonetheless, restart coming for the Blue Demons. Here's one more look. Felt the card should have been issued. Just a bit late, the sophomore from Portugal. And now a chance for Jake Futerer. Solid left foot, now playing on the natural side of the field. Sophomore floating it in, and well handled that time by Austin Aviza. Approaching it like the veteran he is. It's been a winding road for him at the Division I level. Began his career at Syracuse, then to UConn for 2 years, and now will finish out his collegiate career at Providence with his final year of eligibility. Going to lead this team to another NCAA tournament run. They have not been back since their run to the quarterfinal in 2016. Injuries riddled them in 2017, and then youth in 2018, but that is paying off now this season. All those youthful players getting so many valuable minutes. You could say that's sort of the situation that DePaul finds itself in. A number of freshmen and sophomores playing all 90 minutes. Danny Griffin on the near side. Roman turning it back into the midfield. Here is Paulo Lima. And now wide. Looking for Davis Smith. At the front. Blocked. What a shot from Davik. And an even better save from Drew Nelly. As we get one more look, you feel perhaps Trevor Davik would have liked to put a little bit more touch on that. Felt a little hurried, but upon second look, and be another step or two to put the ball down, play it forward. Nonetheless, the chances continue to mount for the Friars. Cito taken down and nothing from the referee. And now the whistle. And it comes with Paulo Lima on the ground. The clock has been stopped. 20 minutes down here in the first half from Chicago. He and Cito have clashed already a couple of times this afternoon. Just a stern talking to from the referee. No cards have been shown yet. And now the caution comes out. The sophomore transfer from Coastal Carolina issued a warning and a caution here in the 25th minute of the first half. More look at that. It was after the fact that the card was issued, tripping up Paulo Lima. And so a restart coming now for the Friars in their own end. Cavalry coming for Providence. Griffin threading it, still maintaining possession on the edge of the 18. Finally knocked off the ball by Matthew Brickman. And now Davis and Donsa. Played in and scooped up by Drunelli. Long throw in, Mendonça, ball still loose. Davis punched away by Nelly, headed on net, and there is Nelly again, snatching it out of midair. But the Brownier is down in a heap inside the 6.
Fans, AT&T is a proud sponsor of DePaul Athletics and the speed of AT&T 4G LTE as you cover. Part of the nation's largest 4G network, AT&T. Never has in the world. Earlier this afternoon, our DePaul women's team defeated Seton Hall by the score of 4-0. Congratulations to them. And a reminder, next men's game will be right here next Saturday. More Big East Conference action for you. They'll be taking on Xavier at 1 o'clock. Again, that's next Saturday.
Brownier being tended to. Take a look at the weekly honor roll. Brownier honored earlier this week for his defensive efforts. And good news for DePaul fans, he is up under his own power, but will have to probably undergo some sort of concussion protocol, as is customary now at the college level. So DePaul, at least for the time being, playing with a man down as DeBrownier heads to the sideline. 23 minutes and change left in the first half. Kelly has certainly been tested. He's been up to the challenge so far.
Well, that's it. Anyway. And I was like, oh my God, that's I know, you're like, we'll probably also get it. Like, what's that probably
Brownier has come back on. Paul at full strength, and he plays it back to Nelly. Organize and find some sort of an opportunity in front of net. Not recorded a shot yet in this opening half. Beautiful tackle on the back end by Paulo Lima. Ball into the midfield for Davis Smith. Might get a handle on it, and now here comes Calipari. Beautiful run on the near side here from Feuderer. Cross with the left and handled well. It'll stay with DePaul, and our first substitution of the match comes from the Blue Demons. Feuderer has put together a nice opening 20 minutes. A season ago, due to necessity, but has moved over to a more natural position as a left wing back coming up in the attack. DePaul creating pressure and handled the first shot recorded this afternoon. It's off the foot of Timmy Iskra. Slipping in behind the defense here. Roman patient with it, playing it back to Malcolm Duncan, making his 42nd appearance in a Providence uniform this afternoon. So much experience on the side of the Friars. Blocked out for a throw. referee has signaled for a corner kick. It'll be the first from this side anyway tonight for Providence. And it'll be taken by Danny Griffin wearing the captain's band. His 70th start in a Providence Friar uniform. Plays it short. Now the ball comes across, looking for Davis, headed away. And now Mendonça maintains, and a volley over the top bar. Brickman weaving. Here's a ball forward. Well handled that time on the back line. Play on, says the referee. Davis Smith winning it back for Providence. Now Smith into the attack. Ball played wide for Roman. Looking for Smith. Instead it was Wolf coming in. Providence continue to just throw numbers forward at the edge of the 18. Looking for Smith. Brownier lets it go. Nobody home in the middle. Mendonça. Roman has a go. And Drew Nelly. Nervy moments for the second-year transfer. Mendonça just doing his best to keep it alive. You know, he'll appreciate this break in the action. We have been on the front foot since we began this match nearly 30 minutes ago. Just under 17 to go in this opening 45. Providence looking to continue its win streak and improve it to 3 consecutive victories, while DePaul hoping for its first conference win of 2019. They really do have destiny in their hands, so to speak, and Craig Stewart emphasized that in our call leading up to the match, talking about how at this point in the season you always want to feel like you have everything to play for and everything, all of your goals, that is, in front of you, and they certainly feel that way. 2-2 squarely in the race for a top 2 seed in the conference. And another 10-win season at the least on the horizon for this Providence team, sitting at 8 as we enter today's match here in Chicago. Wolf, defended by Cito. And a turnover, and now perhaps something from El Shafai. And El Shafai. Lima, big takedown, and the referee has signaled a foul on El Shafai. He's writhing in pain. And a call to the training staff. Here's another look at it. El Shafai doing well, hopping up off the seat of his pants and continues up the field. Paulo Lima, the last line of defense for Providence, comes barreling in. Good no call there from the referee. He got all ball essentially. Well, I don't necessarily agree with a foul on DePaul, but nonetheless, a restart coming from Providence. Shafai, the senior from Ottawa.
Fans Nike is the official uniform and shoe provider of the DePaul Blue Demons. Proud supporter of DePaul men's soccer, Nike. 39 years old. halftime today, we will have the presentation of the DePaul men's alumni that are in attendance today, so make sure you stick around for that.
There's one more look. Sight you would want to see from El Shafai, walking off under his own power, very much so favoring that right ankle. No substitution yet for El Shafai. It's a dangerous ball played into the offensive third.
Substitutions coming in for Providence. Number 17,
Andy Chisholm coming on for Providence. A goal-scoring threat off the bench. Patrick Watkins also entering the game for DePaul. Pair of substitutions for this final 15 minutes as Youssef Ramadan comes off. Providence with 4 shots in this first half, but it seems like more, to be honest, with all the chances they've created around the 18. Chisholm with 3 goals this season as a sophomore, coming off the bench primarily, really provides a spark. Clinical finisher, brings a poise on the ball as well. And he continues to pressure from behind the line. Playing very high for Providence right now as Griffin tries to go to the other side, but well played that time by Braden Calipari. He's had a fine first half for DePaul. Beautiful back heel flip. Back into the midfield. Watkins fighting with Mendonça, and the older of the two comes away with it. Into the middle for Chisholm. First time we've seen him on the ball this afternoon. Raftery throwing it in for Providence.
Substitutions came in for Providence. Number 13, Gage Raftery in the game. Number 19, Kevin Vang, also in Vang Raftery.
Kevin Vang checking in for Providence, now on the ball. Plays it wide. And Mendonça on the near side. He is crafty and deceivingly so, given his size. Malcolm playing it up. Now Santos, and out for a corner kick. Gil Santos, a sophomore from Portugal. Max de Brownier, after going down and coming off about 10 minutes ago, back in and playing well. Grin on his face. Beautiful fall afternoon from Cacciatore Stadium, nestled in Lincoln Park, Chicago. Chisholm coming forward for the short corner. Instead, near post and headed away.
Corner again.
And now this time, Jao Serrano. Into the middle, headed on. And Danza couldn't quite get enough of it, and now Roman a bit ambitious. Goal kick. Mendonça. 10 minutes left in these opening 45. And Mendonça down. He has won a free kick opportunity for his side, and this is in a real position of potential danger for the Providence Friars. So much size for Providence. Look no further than their 6'7" junior transfer, Davis Smith. Does have 3 goals already this year. Paulo Lima coming up, 6'1", Mendonça in the area. He measures in above 6 feet as well. Can Providence find something here in these closing moments of the first half? Federer, of course, you always have to be wary of that counterattack. Federer. Played back in by Anderson. Chisholm. And Gage Raftery lets it out for a throw. Blue Demons trying to hang on here. They've done well to weather the storm that has come frequently from Providence. Just 5 shots recorded, but the pressure has been heavier, especially as the first half has unfolded. Serrano into the area, Chisholm there, and cleared away by Calipari. And his fine first half continues. Played all the way back now for Malcolm Duncan. DePaul coming off 2 massive results. One against a top 10 program in Georgetown. That finished in a 0-0 tie after double overtime. And then, not a week later, taking Butler to a 2-2 draw in double overtime. A side that put 4 on Seton Hall this afternoon. So DePaul certainly comfortable defending. And comfortable in high pressure scenarios. Certainly, though, they would love to find themselves on the end of 3 points this afternoon. They'll have to get more creative offensively.
Let's go, White!
It's a team that has only managed 11 goals so far this year. That's near the bottom of the Big East. Comparatively, Providence with 20 goals, third most. They're definitely a more offensive-minded club, the Providence Friars. Lima. Raftery. Vang. And now Lima looking to switch fields, closed off. I think you can say for DePaul in this first half, they've played compact and organized for the better part of 35 to 40 minutes, minus a couple of mishaps here and there, and those were handled by Drew Nelly. Lima with the ball on a string, and now Vang spinning, taken down by De Bruyne, and now Mendonça with the right, and just too much air underneath it.
Substitution for the Blue Demons in the game, the 23, Grant Herbeck. Mentioned the DePaul men's alumni.
Let's go, Grant!
Your way to the north end of the stadium near the bullpen for our halftime presentation. Again, all DePaul men's alumni in the stands today to start making their way to the north end of the stadium right near the bullpen.
Final 5 minutes of the first half from DePaul. Still 0-0. Providence have had more chances, but the fact remains that we are still level, and DePaul has the ability and has shown a willingness to attack when they really feel an opportunity presents itself. There was one particular run from Zach El-Shafai about 10 minutes ago that resulted in him going down with an apparent lower extremity injury, and he has not returned to the pitch. Certainly a big loss for DePaul, and we hope he's able to come back out in the second half. One of just a few seniors on this club, and he does have a nose for goal as well, which is much needed. 3.5 to play. Mendonça, so creative, looking for Chisholm, and Nelly does well to come off his line. There's another look. Joe McGee barreling down on Austin Avisa, who has not been challenged many times this afternoon. Player who, in spite of being in just his first year with the Providence program, is a Providence local. And this coaching staff knows him well. They've gotten to know him well over the years, especially as he was coming up in the youth setup in Providence. And although his journey to Providence wasn't easy, especially coming in as a redshirt senior, they've really been impressed with how even-keeled he has been and the calming presence that he has brought to the back line. Now then, Patrick Watkins. Here's an overlapping run from Calipari, and he's found by Feuderer, but not enough behind it. Taken away that time by Duncan. DePaul with chances mounting here. Cito was on the receiving end, and it's played back out for a DePaul throw. Just over 60 seconds remain in this opening 45.
1 minute left in the half, 1 minute.
Takedown and a restart coming. Providence will have to move with a bit of urgency here, but probably the final opportunity of this first half. And they find it on the front foot and test Drew Nelly. There's a ball in, looking for Mendonça, couldn't quite get there, and now Watkins plays it away for DePaul. Well done as well, and that will end the first half. DePaul weathers a flurry of storms from the Providence Friars, and we remain tied 0-0 as we enter the halftime break. We will have stats, reaction, and more at the halftime break, as well as a feature from Megan and John with a fall sports update from our studios in New York City. That and more coming up at the halftime break from DePaul.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Welcome into another Big East Fall Sports Update. John Fanta and Megan Caffrey with you here. We are right in the thick of fall sports. Men's soccer's in full swing, volleyball, and women's soccer just hit the halfway point of conference play. However, John, let's start with volleyball. We were talking about this Creighton-Marquette matchup last week. What surprised you in this?
The Blue Jays taking it from Marquette 3-2. You think about the Golden Eagles and just how good they've been. On the other side, what we saw was a Creighton program that is the 5-time reigning Big East champions, and they went to Milwaukee and made a huge statement. Defense stood out in the win. They came up with 7 blocks in the opening set of that win over Marquette, and Naomi Hickman was huge. Kirsten Bernthal Booth, Creighton head coach, said that she talked to Hickman before the match about putting those blocks away. The Blue Jays were tremendous defensively. We know what Allie Barber and a loaded Marquette attack has done across the country. But on this night in Milwaukee, Creighton makes a statement. And for the Blue Jays to do that at the Al McGuire Center, I got to say, that really stands out.
And a large part of that also, John, has to do with not only the Big East Freshman of the Week, but also the Big East Offensive Player of the Week. And, well, Keely Davis is having herself a week because she was also named the National Player of the Week, and I had a one-on-one with her and spoke about all of her success. We now welcome in the Big East Freshman and Offensive Player of the Week, Creighton's Keely Davis. Keely, your team is on an 8-game streak, most recently beating the then 10th-ranked Marquette
Boston Eagles. As this matchup with Marquette has really turned into a rivalry over the years, where would you rank the win over Marquette in this 8-game win streak?
I would say it's one of the top wins for us because I think although we've been focusing like one game at a time, it was the biggest match for us, and we were pretty prepared and staying fun and focused, so that was the main aspect of it.
You yourself had a career-high 31 kills against Marquette. At what point did you realize you were really on?
Not until we took a timeout and I looked at the scoreboard and I was like, oh, okay, like 31 or like 27 or whatever. But I was surprised because I didn't know what was going on because our team was doing so well and I couldn't have done it without the players. So.
Keely, you're a redshirt freshman this year, so you've been around the program. How did last year really help you in your development?
I had a lot of great leaders, especially Tara and Jaylee, just because they were in my spot. So I really looked up to them, and I worked my butt off and made the team better. So I think that was one of the good aspects of redshirting.
How would you describe the personality of this year's Creighton volleyball?
We're crazy, not crazy bad, but we're crazy good. There's a lot of laughter on the team, and like I said, we're fun and the main aspect is fun and focus. So that's what we're striving to do every game. And practice.
One of the reasons you said that you chose Creighton is because of its atmosphere. How would you describe the atmosphere specifically at DJ Sokol Arena?
It is crazy loud, but I just love all the support and fans that we get, so it's super exciting.
Keely, thank you so much for your time and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
It's just been incredible to watch what Creighton is doing with their volleyball. As we now turn to men's soccer, however, John, there are two heavyweights right at the top, St. John's and Georgetown. They've been really dominant this whole season.
It's incredible what St. John's has been able to do, 4-0 in the Big East. And instead of that moment where they might have a hiccup, it seemingly means that they keep picking up steam. Dr. Dave Mazur has offensive options. We've talked about that. And then you've got the Georgetown Hoyas, who showed that what they're doing in the Big East, well, it got validated because in a national showdown on FS1 with the reigning national champions, the Maryland Terrapins, Derek Dodson delivered, and the Hoyas, who are also complex to defend because they've got several different clutch performers who can finish. They pull it off over Maryland in 1-0 fashion. So everything is aligning for a Georgetown-St. John's showdown in late October, but these two teams at the top of the standings, and after those two, there's a lot to still figure out in Big East men's soccer. It may be a marathon, but if you can find that sprint, I sure as heck can't find it. If you can find that sprint, something quickly can happen. Opportunity knocks.
It is going to be an exciting finish there, but we have plenty of conference play to be played, and you can check out all of the action this weekend on the Big East Digital Network, women's volleyball, and then women's and men's soccer as well. For John Fanta, I'm Megan Caffrey. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do.
Halftime from Cacciatore Stadium in Lincoln Park, downtown Chicago off in the distance. Glad to have you with us. still scoreless after 45 minutes in spite of a fury of offensive attacks from the Providence Friars as we take a look at our first half stats brought to you by SoFi. 8 shots from Providence to DePaul's 2, but you really have to credit the Blue Demons for how they were able to pack it in at times, organize defensively, stay focused, and not really allow Providence any open looks. They did have one midway through the first half. Thiago Mendonça sailed it high. Aside from that, though, Providence really found themselves in a lot of traffic offensively. Couldn't quite get a clear shot away. Max DeBrownier was spectacular on the back line for Providence, for DePaul rather, as was Braden Calipari. And so the question will be for Craig Stewart, what adjustments are made to open up some space in that first half and sort of unlock this DePaul Blue Demons defense, which is playing so well in front of all of its former Blue Demon teammates and alma mater. Big alma mater day. It is Alumni Day here at DePaul as we take a look at our weekly honor roll. Georgetown's Achara has just been spectacular throughout his career. 6 points in the last week alone for a Georgetown team that continues to find itself in the top 10 week after week. But how about those St. John's Red Storm having definitely their best season since the Big East realignment back. Georgetown keeper Giannis back in the fold. 6 saves, two clean sheets. And then Esben Wolf, the freshman for Providence, on a team loaded with upperclassmen and sophomores all vying for playing time. Esben Wolf has been able to shine on a very loaded roster with, as DePaul head coach Mark Plotkin put it, 11 players who can handle the ball with composure, and we saw that in the first half. And then the rest of the weekly honorees. Gabriel Georgi from Butler just posted a clean sheet for the Bulldogs, a 4-0 win over Seton Hall, who was in a 3-way tie with Providence and Creighton to start the afternoon in 3rd place. That no longer the case after they come away with no points, and surely Providence or Creighton will come away with at least one today. And we will be back with second half kickoff after this from Chicago.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do. Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Second half getting set to kick off here from Cacciatore Stadium in Lincoln Park, Chicago, on the campus of DePaul. A gorgeous fall Saturday afternoon. Alumni Day on the campus of DePaul, and the Blue Demons hanging tough against an offensive-minded Providence side that saw 8 shots in the first half. DePaul in the all-white, and Providence in the road dark unis. And we flip sides to start the second half. 45 down, 45 to go from Chicago, Illinois. I wonder what adjustments we might see from Craig Stewart's side, who found it a bit difficult to maneuver around the traffic in and around the 18-yard box. DePaul doing well to collapse defensively when the ball was in their own end, which was a lot in the first half. And for the Blue Demons, will they be comfortable defending for most of the second half like they were in the first and just looking for that counter opportunity, or perhaps do they have designs for more on the offensive side? Serrano plays it back. Must be. Brown here looking for supports. DePaul, 3 on the back line as they come into the attack, but then quickly drop back to 5 across with those 2 wing backs on the outside. It's made it very difficult for Providence to thread anything from the outside in, and that was part of Mark Plotkin's game plan coming in. Take away the alleys on the outside. So much speed out there for Providence. DePaul trying to organize here in these opening 5 minutes of the second half. Bringing numbers forward. For a Providence throw. Serrano. Into the middle for Danny Griffin. Lima now back to Kawazmi. Providence with a real rich history of postseason play. Have not been to the NCAA tournament since that deep run to the quarterfinal in 2016, ultimately falling to the UNC Tar Heels. Decimated by injury in 2017, and then the parity of the league sort of nipped everybody in terms of finding their way to the NCAA tournament last year. Providence finished with a 10-win season, but out of the at-large qualification. But Stewart does feel as though his side is prepared for a postseason run this year. And now Serrano. Numbers coming forward for Providence. Not enough behind that. And played back to Drew Nelly. Mendonça creating space. Gives it off to Santos. Down goes Youssef Ramadan. And a free kick coming, perhaps 30 yards out. And now DePaul, might they find a head or a foot on this ball in? As Timmy Iskra lines up, the junior. A real leader in this program, has played all over the field. And now the clock stopped momentarily. Mendonça asked to come forward. Iskra played forward before Plotnick got to DePaul. And then in the spring played in the central defense. Here he is chipping it in. And back out for Matthew Brickman. Now he finds himself at a wing back position, does Iskra. And he plays it back into the midfield. Now Anderson. DePaul chasing it a little bit with Providence applying pressure. It's been Wolf, the Big East freshman of the week, taking it out for a throw. the middle now for Brickman. DePaul throwing white jerseys forward. Brickman back to the Brownier. Running it to McGee. Anderson couldn't quite figure out what he wanted to do with it, and now here comes Sharano. Into the middle for Danny Griffin. Roman has it punted out of bounds, and a quick throw coming for Providence here. Ten minutes gone in the second half, and we've seen more of a willingness from DePaul to possess and sort of spread this Providence attack out just a bit more. Can't quite play on their front foot all the way like we saw in the first half. Out for a goal kick now. Drew Nelly. In his second season after transferring from Indiana, and I asked Mark Plotnick where he's improved the most, and he said without a doubt it's his decision making and his ability to read crosses. And we've seen him come off his line a couple of times this afternoon, making the smart play. And now Roman. Mendonça. Griffin. Well defended by Braden Calipari. And Duncan forced to play it all the way back. Pressured by Brickman. What a beautiful pass by Avisa into the midfield, and now Providence has it back. Mark Plotkin certainly has to feel pleased with how his team is defended. One of the better offensive sides in the conference. Plus 10 goal differential for Providence this year. Here is Mendonça creating inside the 18 and out for a throw. Davik into the area, played down by Paulo Lima. As a go. Lima did well to play it back down, realizing he had time, but again, Calipari coming up on the back line. Oh, headed wide, and it's Roman. Davik. Roman. And now Griffin on the edge. Touchline comes across, Mendonça playing it down. Now Serrano with 4 goals this year, curling that just too far wide of the post to really test Drew Nelly. Nearly 15 minutes gone in the second half. And the chances continue to pile up for Providence. 9 shots now for the Friars. ahead for Griffin. Lima coming up in support now from the back line. Roman trying to thread it through. And Griffin into the area. And now Lima back towards midfield. It's Kawasmi switching sides. And again, stopped by this stout back line from DePaul. Kawasmi chases it all the way back down and giving it off to Aviza. Serrano. Brownier punts it up and out of play. Throw in coming for Providence. Minutes gone now in the second half from Cacciatore Stadium. Providence committing numbers forward. Ball still loose, tracked by Nelly, and out it goes. And a pair of substitutions for DePaul awaiting re-entry, including Jacob Cito. And a whistle gives it back to DePaul. Stopped by Roman, and out it goes, but DePaul maintains possession here. Calipari.
Substitutions coming in for the call, number 14, Jacob Cito. Also checking in number 7, Jake Futerer.
Cito and Futerer coming back on for the Blue Demons. Well rested after getting a breather from halftime and the opening 13 minutes of the back end. The full 90. Play on, says the referee. Here we go. DePaul have only managed 2 shots in this match. Perhaps something mounting here. Jake Futerer bringing it forward into the middle, poked away, a shot, and right into the midst of Austin Aviza. And now back the other way. Here comes Gil Santos on the edge. And chased back by Danny Griffin. Now Paulo Lima with space. And it goes off the referee. Griffin. Providence doing their best to figure out some type of way to unlock this defense. Serrano, now Lima. And a touch for Wolf. Right back into the middle, and it goes to DePaul. Cito. Here comes a run from Brickman. And out for a corner. DePaul now with an opportunity here midway through the second half. Will be Jake Feuderer to take it. So you would expect an in-swinging ball here from the lefty. Lines it up as Avisa eyes it from the inside the 6. Headed back out to Feuderer. Defended by Wolf, the East Freshman of the Week. And support from Davik. Now Calipari. Cito. Feuderer into the middle. Anderson played down, and a handball has been awarded, and that means a free kick coming for DePaul. Serrano arguing that it was incidental, but nonetheless called. And thus, the Blue Demons. Now this is in a close spot. And again, Feuderer will line up, as if he will be the kick taker. This might just be a curling ball back post. And Max DeBrownier has positioned himself squarely in front of the pack, closest to net for DePaul. The senior does have 3 goals this year, making his 53rd start for the team in white tonight. And he goes for goal! Oh my, what a finish for Jake Feuderer. A stunner at Cacciatore Stadium. What a turn of events. I won't say completely against the run of play, but certainly DePaul have been on their back foot for much of this match, but they have sent the Providence Friars into disarray. Perfect placement from Jake Feuderer, his 3rd goal of the season. 1-0 Blue Demons. And now Providence, how do they respond? Certainly if we thought they were playing aggressively in these first 60 minutes, we can expect something along the likes of playing with their hair on fire here in the final 23, trying to find an equalizer against a DePaul side that is now 23 minutes away from its first Big East win in 2019. It would also level them at 500 for the season overall at 5-5-3. Still a lot of soccer to play here in Chicago. And we've seen it time and again this year, especially in the last 2 matches for DePaul. Inability for teams to find a consistent scoring opportunity. Butler did manage 2 goals against this DePaul side, but one of the better teams in the country in Georgetown held scoreless. Now Mendonça, and the offside flag comes up.
Let me go to Chuck E. Cheese.
We're definitely
I went to Chuck E. Cheese.
Providence, Kawasmi. See some of the frustration for Providence. Possession, but without much movement forward, and that's just a credit to DePaul's compact and detail-oriented defensive effort this afternoon. Coming in off back-to-back draws against Georgetown and Butler. And to be fair, Mark Plotkin's side has played exactly the way that he wanted them to, which was eliminating threats on the outside and taking advantage when an opportunity presented itself, but not forcing the envelope. And that is exactly what Jake Feuderer did on a free kick not 5 minutes ago. Now played all the way back for Providence. 20 minutes left in regulation from Cacciatore Stadium. And an upset of sorts brewing on the campus of DePaul. Griffin. Wolf. And now a run on the outside from Serrano. And Cito back into the midfield. Down goes Mendonça. And a restart coming for Providence. João Serrano to take this free kick. Might Providence find a response here? Down 1-0. Serrano has a go. Back post, headed over the top bar.
Substitution coming in for the Friars. Number 19, Kevin Yang. Number 13, Gage Rafferty. And number 9, Davis Smith.
DePaul mounting again. Cito wide, and a ball comes through, and the offside flag stays down. A chance again for the Blue Demons. Iskra, and back into the middle. Braden Pare couldn't quite get a full handle. Feuderer playing it down. Now into the feet of Mendonça. Griffin. Serrano coming forward. Only one man back now for Providence. They've really committed to finding this equalizer. Mendonça. Now Kawasmi. A lot of side-to-side passing, and you can see it in the expression of Serrano. He's looking for some sort of movement off the ball, a run perhaps. And you almost wonder if Providence has to start playing a bit more direct, like this pass here. Now with space, it's Danny Griffin. Into the middle, Lima. Vang. Wolf. Just behind Griffin. Paulo Lima. Serrano now into the area, headed on by Smith. Now Griffin playing it down and kicked away. Nervy moments still for DePaul, and they continue to manage with composure. Here's another look at that last sequence. Ball getting kicked all over the place, but you don't see DePaul scrambling. And now played back to Drunelli. And he might have a lot to do with that. He made a couple of big saves in the first half, including one from point-blank range at the top of the 18. He's done well to organize his side, especially the back line today. The sun tucks behind the clouds. It's a bit chillier on this fall Saturday afternoon. Alumni Day at Litchfield, and boy, with the DePaul Blue Demons alumni love to see a win over Providence today. Providence coming in unbeaten in their last two. Their third ranked scoring offense in the conference held scoreless through 70 minutes of play. Now just 15 minutes remain to find an equalizer for the Friars. What designs or ideas does seventh-year head coach Craig Stewart have up his sleeve? Davis Smith has been quiet in this first half. Their target forward from UMass. Vang bringing it on. Has Davis in his sights. Down he goes, and play on, says the referee. Wolf. Defended by Iskra. Wolf on the touchline, threading it to Griffin. Into the area, played back out, and a throw coming for Providence. Against the run of play. Providence scrambling to get back. Cito blocked by Avisa. What a save, and game saving at that from Austin Avisa. And back the other way we go. One more look. Cito with a tough angle here, trying to go near post. And Avisa blocked him with his inner thigh, and now Paulo Lima. Intensity mounting. Griffin.
Substitutions coming in for Providence, number 11, Trevor DeVoe. And checking in for the Blue Demons, number 20, Patrick Watkins.
Less than 15 minutes remain from Cacciatore Stadium. 1-0 DePaul on a free kick directly taken by Jake Feuderer, the sophomore, from Glenview, Illinois, his third goal of the year. They've moved him over into a more natural position on the left wing back side, and he has really blossomed here in 2019. He's played a spectacular game, the free kick aside, and then you add that, the potential game winner against the third place Providence Friars. Feuderer making a run. Now Calipari. Feuderer, Roman, back into the middle. Picked away by Watkins. Oh, and he had Cito in his sights, but he blocked off his run. Smith. muscling his way. Wolf back to Serrano. And now forward for Mendonça. Down he goes on a big tackle from Braden Calipari, and he might find himself in the book. Yes, the caution comes out, and that is the second booking of the afternoon for the Blue Demons. Restart for Providence. Clock stop. Providence taking its time to get organized here. Serrano to take the free kick. Low driving ball, bounced around and wide of the goal. And now DePaul threading it up for Cito. Rolling it down the near side. Wrestling with Vang. And it goes back to Providence, and quickly here they come.
Go, Michael, talk to him.
Griffin dancing in the midfield, leaves it off for Mendonça. Now up forward for Davis Smith, and nothing there, closed off. Watkins back the other way for DePaul. And they are content to defend in these final 10 minutes. No one, aside from Jacob Cito, above midfield. João Serrano making his 70th start today for Providence. A competitor, and he has a go, and it's knocked out of bounds. And a corner kick coming for Providence. 10 minutes left to find the game-tying goal. Ball still loose, jarred away into the midfield. 9 minutes to go. Smith could not get his foot on it. And surely Drew Nelly will take his time with this goal kick.
Substitution for the Blue Demons, return of the game, number 26, Jack Richards.
An upset brewing at Cacciatore Stadium. DePaul hanging on, trying to melt away these final 8 minutes. Visa quickly now out to his right. Back by Roman. Just some token pressure from the front two. Yusuf Ramadan. Here he is now with a touch. Ramadan. Leave it off for Watkins. Could not quite get the handle he wanted. And it's probably going to have to come on a more direct pass over the top from Providence. So they're going to get a good look. Offside flag comes up on Jake Feuderer. Providence desperate here to find something. They've only managed a few shots and none really testing Drew Nelly here in the second half, especially since DePaul went up 1-0 on a direct free kick taken by Jake Feuderer. .6:20 remain. There is no injury time in college soccer, so that 6 minutes and change is all we will have. Ramadan. Ramadan. On the edge of the 18. He's got a couple of players coming forward. And out it goes for a goal kick. Aviza. Ahead for Smith. And a foul called and back to DePaul.
You mean the one that kind of curves up?
Five minutes left for Providence. Raftery playing it into the middle. Davik was looking for a run from Griffin, and a foul again called. Back to the Blue Demons it goes as the clock continues to wind down. Raftery. Searching. Providence hunting for the equalizer. 4 minutes left. Raftery switching fields. Bounced into the middle and back to DePaul. Watkins now comes away with it, threading it forward for Ramadan. Back now to Aviza. DePaul have not won a conference match yet this season. They've managed 3 draws and also dropped a match earlier in the conference slate. Coming off a couple of ties with Butler and then the impressive results against Georgetown. holding them scoreless in 2 overtimes. Raftery muscled off the ball, and he draws a foul, and now this could be interesting for Providence. Right near the touchline, perhaps 10 yards off the 18-yard box. 3 minutes left, and everyone is forward, minus Raftery for Providence. Even a visa near the midfield line. It'll be João Serrano to take it. In swinging ball near post and headed back out. Serrano resets. Vang into the area, headed in front of net, punched away. What a play by Drew Nelly. Coming off his line, spectacular. Serrano, the cavalry coming again. And Griffin will take it out for a corner. Final 2 minutes of action from Cacciatore Stadium. And now a pair of late substitutions rolling on for Craig Stewart. There's one more look at that Drew Nelly save. Again, ricocheted right in front of net. It was Davik and Nelly pawing at it. Mendonça, and taken away by DeBrownier. And now a clear run at net as Vang tries to walk him off. Ramadan, 2-0 DePaul. And that might do it from Cacciatore Stadium. What a turn of events this afternoon. Ramadan with the breakaway. Avisa did his best. It was 3-on-1, and DePaul on 5 shots have stunned the Providence Friars.
Leading in goal by Yosef Ramadan. The assist to Max DeBrownier. One minute to go in the game, 1 minute.
Serrano with 30 seconds. Purely academic now. DePaul hanging on to take down one of the giants of the Big East Conference. Providence will be handed its 3rd loss of the season in the Big East with this 2-0 victory for the Blue Demons, who have secured their first 3-point victory in conference play in 2019. A massive win for second-year head coach Mark Plotkin, and hugs all around on Alumni Day here at DePaul. A big win for the Blue Demons. What exciting action here on a beautiful fall Saturday in Chicago. And we are just getting started with the final stretch of the postseason just around the corner. We will have a post-game interview on the pitch when we come back. DePaul winners 2-0 at home.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
Back in Chicago, DePaul Blue Demons take down the Providence Friars 2-0. Big reason why this man right here, Jake Feuderer, you hit the free kick directly to give yourselves a lead with about 20 minutes left in the second half. Was that in your plans the whole time, or did you see something when you stepped up to take the kick?
We've been working on free kicks before and after training, so I just stepped up. I knew what I had to do, so I executed. I just tried to do my best.
A massive shot. You did your best. Absolutely a sweet goal. Surely a SportsCenter top 10. What does it mean to get a result like this against a really good Providence side?
It's awesome because we had a couple unlucky games in the Big East where we could have won. We have 3 ties in the Big East right now. Easily could have won 2 of those, 3 of those, so it means a lot to get our first win.
First win for the DePaul Blue Demons and a lot left in the tank. I have a feeling as postseason is right around the corner. Jake Feuderer, congratulations. DePaul Blue Demons win 2-0 here in Chicago.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.